All right, so I'm going to talk about the types that I think that are compatible. Um, in this video, I'm going to focus on the four-letter types. I call them the JCF types because I go off of the the functions, and I don't really agree with calling them MBTI types. You can if you want, I guess, but um, so um, well, let me start by saying there's a couple types that like they get together a lot, but it like constantly like continues to not really work out. And one is ESTPs and INFJs. Um, I guess because of like the chase dynamic, but almost always, almost always the INFJ ends up just driving the ESTP crazy, and then like probably like cheating on them or something. So don't really agree with that one. The and then there's basically just NTPs with NFs in general, except for ENTPs and INFJs usually seems to work out okay, I guess. But so that goes against what Kiersey said with just the types with the types with only the second letter in common are the most compatible. I totally disagree with that. Um, what I think it is closer as like a the best like blanket statement I can say like that for all the types is like actually in a few different parts. I think three parts. Um, the types that have the third and second letter only. Um, well, actually, I'm going to say. Mm, well, the third letter only does apply. Let me take that back. The second letter, no. But especially with the extroverted perceivers, the second letter only totally doesn't work because that'd be ESTPs and ENTPs and nah, mm-mm, no, that's not gonna work. So I mean, I guess it's possible. It can, but I'm not banking on that one. So yeah, I'm gonna say mostly only the third letter in common. Um, types with only the middle two letters in common, or only the first and last letter different. Same thing. Um, and only that's what I was going to say earlier. The types with only the third or second letter different, actually, like total opposite of what Kirazi said, really. That the like, for instance, in my case, I think the two um like all the types I'm listing for mine, obviously, like it totally fits. Like you'd have INTPs and ENTJs that like you know get along like always, and then you have you know INFPs and INTPs works out pretty well, and then you've got like INTPs and ISTPs where there's like a few arguments, but the arguments are good or they have like a good resolution. Like there's a purpose to the argument that's happening. Um, and then the yeah, there's only a few types I would say where like only the first letter's different. Like extrovert. I hate calling saying it like that, but for simplicity purpose, the E versus I, the like ENTP and INTP and whatever. Most of the time that like with that one in particular, ENTP versus INTP does not really work, except as like maybe a friendship. Um,